Ding, ding. Welcome back to another episode of Turnbuckle Times. Not the 10 count, the full count.
The full freaking count. Let's go, baby.
The full pay-per-view. Dude, I'm excited. So for those who are in the know.
I am excited.
Well, for those who have stayed in contact with us, we've changed the format of the shows, y'all.
Yes.
We got the Turnbuckle Times 10 count, which is our lovely little short videos that we do. And tonight, we're super pumped because we've changed it up. We're not reviewing. Check out the review videos. They're going to be on the end of this. You guys can go check those out. We got Dynamite. We got Raw. We'll have Rampage. We'll have all that. Tonight, we're doing in honor of CM Punk. Okay? You know, I can't do it right.
Was that your version of Cult of
Look in
Personality?
my eyes. That's all I'll say because copyright. Okay. In honor of CM Punk, we're doing our personal top 5 returns of all time. Here's the deal, y'all. I'm going to go ahead really quickly before we do anything else. If you are in here, Brandon, shout out to you. Thank you, my man. If you are in here right now, drop your top 5 in the comments, and we will get to them as we go through the show. But I want, because we get hit and inundated very quickly in the beginning of the show, I want the top 5 favorite returns in wrestling, Brandon. In wrestling, not Aaron Rodgers.
I love you, Brandon.
So I want you guys to do it right now. As you come in, we'll kind of remind you guys as we go. But as you come in, I want those top 5. So, dude. Oh, yes. Yeah, as always. Please rate, review, subscribe, share. Make sure you guys are hitting the YouTube channel. That's where a lot of our content's going now. It's not hard. Tickers at the bottom. You know where to find us.
If you're listening on Apple, Spotify, wherever you get podcasts as well, also, please give us a subscribe, give us a review.
We love you too.
We do. We love everybody. We love everybody. By the way, I see you're drinking a Coors Light. I also, too, have the Blue Mountains tonight. So I finally gotten off the
feeling very
stupid
rocky
seltzers that I had.
Okay, so let's what do you think, man? You want to get on into this?
Hold on, real quick. Blake, I love you too, buddy, but damn, I never realized how much y'all look like twins.
Hey, Blake, go back, watch the very first episode because we fucked up and I had blue on, he had blue on, we both had backwards black baseball caps. It was creepy. We were like, dude, this looks stupid.
That was creepy. So this is what we're doing tonight, guys. We've like Steven said, we switched the format of the show. We, after Raw, SmackDown, AEW stuff, we each are gonna throw a little quick 10-minute video, like you said. Go out there, look at them. They're already up from this week so far. Turnbuckle Time 10 counts. But we're switching the format. We're gonna pick something different every week. And like Steven said, in lieu of CM Punk, which sparked some other returns this week as well, or last week. We are gonna do top 5 returns of all time. I'm gonna do the honors. I'm going to let Steven go first. And we're going to go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We've got some honorable mentions too. We'll throw those up later though. But we're going to start with Steven. Steven, number 5 is
Yes. It is.
You ready?
For me, it is Seth Rollins' return in 2016, you guys. So, in my humble opinion, and this is what we are so excited about this because this is like straight fire opinion that we get to have.
Yeah.
Like we're not reviewing anything. We're just talking. So in my opinion, this was amazing. The reason it is so low on my damn list is WWE did what WWE does, and they squashed the crap out of it.
Let's not say squash. They fucked
for
it
those
up.
who don't remember,
they fucked it up.
They completely pooed the bed. Okay. Seth Rollins tears his ACL, MCL, all the stuff.
Something in his knee.
He's out like 9 months. Miss WrestleMania, all this. This is why he's the champion too. And he comes back at Money in the Bank, huge pop. Oh my God, he's back. And then the next night, his music hits, like the iconic music that he has.
Yeah.
And he walks out, and it was so loud of a pop. And he's like, He's doing all the stuff trying to garner it, and then he walks down to the ring and he shoots a promo crapping on the fans because he's a heel, and it squashed everything for me because he had so much momentum coming back, and then he immediately came back and he pooped on all the fans. So it would be higher on my list if WWE didn't do what WWE does and screw it up.
Yeah. Hey, Blake, real quick. I don't know why you've missed this. You're my co-host on Bama Lounge. We've been doing this for a long time. I don't know why you haven't watched our show, but I'm glad you're on tonight. I appreciate you. Thank you. I agree. I'm gonna give a little input on my Seth Rollins 2016. He is not on my top 5. I debated it. Dude? I debated it. And the reason why I didn't put it, and thank you, Vince McMahon, is the same exact reason why you said that it's not higher on your list. The reason it's not on my list is because WWE screwed the pooch. Big time. That man should have been a face. Should have been a face.
Beautiful.
He can play it both ways. So
the reaction he got was otherworldly. And for those who are visual, okay, for those who are visual for this is what he looked like when he came out. There he is. Yeah. And he immediately just shot on the fans. There's the actual photo from the event, and he screwed it up.
Yeah,
so Justin drops in, says the crowd literally didn't care. He healed on them. That's how much they loved him. That's true, but it would have just taken him to another level, in my opinion.
He's done well for himself.
Oh yeah, yeah,
but
he married up. Let's be honest.
He did marry up, but yeah, that I like that. I like your number 5.
I'm good.
So you want me to get to my number 5?
Go for it, man.
Well, let's just say it's new. And my number 5 is Cena returning this year at Money in the Bank. We kind of knew it was coming, right? We knew Cena was coming. And first of all, I love John Cena now part-time more than I love if he was still full-time. There's no that pop would have never happened ever. He would have gotten. Oh yeah, John Cena. So the whole thing. The whole
Cena sucks.
So him coming out, Roman Reigns kind of did his little 5-second promo after he won, and when his music hit, that pop was so loud. Now there's a louder pop that we'll get to, but that pop was so loud. I got goosebumps from it, dude. Total goosebumps from that pop. And it played into a month-long kind of storyline to set him up, Cena up to try to win number 17. And of course, that didn't happen.
No, it didn't.
Thank you.
Which we know watch our
go watch our SummerSlam preview and review show on that.
Yeah.
But him coming back.
Cena didn't win?
Right? Cena didn't win. Oh my gosh. But
wait. Hey, Cena didn't win.
Him coming out though and just doing his little, there's
his hair kills me in this picture though.
Well, I should have got a shot of him from the back because he's got a huge bald spot.
Oh, poor Cena.
Poor Cena, But I thought, top 5. It's crazy that I'm even putting that in there. I don't know if it is a return, right? He never really left. He did, but he didn't. Mm-hmm. But to me, just the reaction it got, it set up a good feud because it was kind of, who else is going to fight Reigns right now?
Well,
you know what I mean?
Now.
Well, we know now, yeah, but
we now know,
which I love, by the way.
Yes,
but yeah, that's my number 5. Who you want to go?
Okay, y'all. So I'm not gonna play. I'm not gonna play around, man. I dug deep. For these returns. I dug deep for the people. Okay, I'm all about people helping people. Okay.
Yeah.
Here's the deal, you
Okay.
guys.
Okay.
Here's the deal. My number 4 is Roddy Piper's WCW return in 1996.
We're going way back here. Now.
I'm digging deep for the people.
Yeah.
This is for you, okay? Seriously though, let's be honest here, you guys.
Well, is this the one with the drums?
Yes, it is the one with the drums. It is so freaking awesome how he did it. So, I mean, for those who don't know,
how Steven remembered this, he was 10 years old when this happened, but okay.
I'm trying to find there it is. There it is.
Trying to
Okay,
find
so here's the deal. The reason this is so cool to me, okay? Piper's out of the game, right? Piper's not around anymore. History here. Hogan has up until this point had never pinned Piper. Piper refused to do it. Piper refused to put his shoulders on the mat for anybody.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't like to do it. He felt that it weakened his character. So he never officially lost to Hogan. So Hogan's at the top of his game. Hollywood Hulk, WCW's reigning supreme, and Roddy Piper. Not only does he come out, I wish I could play the video, but we'd probably get in trouble. It's like bagpipes start going, and it's like, is he in the building? And then there he walks in his kilt in all its glory. Suck it, Drew McIntyre. Rowdy Piper did it first. And he comes out in this kilt, and it's like, holy crap, the Rowdy one is here. And he just slowly walks to the ring, like so menacing, even though he's like not that big anymore at this point in his career. Yeah. Dude, it was so good. The only thing, it might be higher on my list too, but like the way that it went near the end, I mean, they brought him back just so Hogan could beat him. But the pop when he walked out, and it was like, holy crap, there's Piper. It was awesome. So I dug deep for y'all. Wait till we get a little longer along too.
I didn't realize the Hogan Piper statistic that you just threw out.
He had never beat Piper.
Was Roddy Piper really that good of a, well, let's put it this way. Was Hulk Hogan really that good of a wrestler?
When you say wrestler, you're talking about technical?
Yeah.
No.
Zero chance of being good.
On YouTube lately, I've had videos popping up of him sandbagging other people's finishers too. Like where he just like, have you seen the video of him sandbagging Undertaker's chokeslam?
Yes.
It looks horrible.
First of all, when a man's finisher is the atomic leg drop,
hey, fun fact with Hulk Hogan for all those people out there. Do you know there was a moment in time when he started to go bald in the 80s and early 90s that they had a Hogan helmet that he wore to the ring? Do you remember that? It's like a Trojan helmet. He wore it a couple of times because he was very self-conscious of his bald spot, which was his whole head.
Which was the whole top of the dome.
The whole top, the circle of death.
The whole.
Maybe if I just grow it long, no one will notice, brother. Okay, all right. You're up.
I'm up.
You're up.
There it is, number 4. 2012 Brock Lesnar return. He had been gone since 2004, 8 years.
I didn't realize it had been that long.
I didn't either. I mean, I remembered it was long, but he comes back, and who's standing in the ring, right? This is who's standing.
Hey, really quickly, what the fuck, man? Did you just blow yourself up and make me tiny?
Yeah, I did. I did. This man. Sorry, I'm trying. Why is my computer going so slow? Probably because I didn't have the right picture pulled up. Anyway, he comes out. Crowd went ape shit crazy, and it was Cena in the ring. I don't know why.
Well, no one else rocks the jorts. Oh, wait. Really quickly. Really quickly. Matt Daddy is in the house.
Matt Daddy!
Thank you for jumping on. Hey, Matt Daddy, you just came on. If you've not been on before, really quickly, drop us your top 5 returns of all time. We're going to talk about it on the show.
Yep. Justin, go ahead and do that too. I know you're in here still. But to me, the pop it got was great, but it signified, him being gone for 8 years. And I don't know if on that night that was expected.
They were expecting The Rock to come out.
Exactly. That's what I was going to say. They were not expecting Lesnar to return. They were expecting The Rock to return.
Mm-hmm.
So it made it 10 times. I mean, you could see in the picture in the back, everybody, hands in the air. And his music's so iconic too. When it hits, it just, obviously it's him. But for me, I had trouble with those two, 4 and 5, because 3 for me is special, but 1 and 2 for us are, it's pretty good. But that night was, I can remember what I was doing on all of the other nights except for this one. Well, and your 1996 one. Hell, I was 13 years old. So, yeah, that's my number 4, dude. I mean, big night. And I think in that night, if I'm not mistaken, back then, 2012, I think Cena they were starting to turn on him a little bit then.
It may have been before that. Like when you watch the Untold and the behind the scenes stuff, once he won the title the first time, he thought his character he needed to represent something different. And that's when he went from like Thugonomics to hustle, loyalty, respect, all that stuff.
All right.
That's a good one, man.
It is a good one. I liked it. I thought it was good.
All right. So my next one. I got to toss. Okay, it's kind of like a twofold because I don't know if one's going to count. I've talked to Adam about this, and feel free to drop it in, okay?
It doesn't count.
So first, here they are. Malachi Black, AEW in 2021. I don't know the reason. I love that one. I love because of how unexpected it was. Everyone thought 90 days. It was 30. Lights go out. But the way they did it, too, with him was like the lights went out earlier in the night. So it's like, oh, it's a technical glitch, right?
Yeah.
And then the lights go out again, and it's like, oh, that's weird. And then they go out a third time when it kick on. He's in the middle of the ring getting ready to just kick Arn Anderson's head off. You know what I mean?
He did kick Arn Anderson's head off.
Dude, the mic flew. I think he lost a shoe.
Yeah.
I mean, it was fantastic. The reason I have it kind of slash is I don't know, for those who don't know, there it is, you guys, like just in the corner of that ring. I mean, it's just like, holy shit. I mean, we were live on air when he debuted.
Yeah.
So I have it slashed.
I remember that because you got pissed off at me for telling me.
Well, who says, I'm not going to say anything, but all I'm going to say is Malachi.
No, I said Alistair.
All I'm going to say, I'm not going to say anything. All I'm going to say is Alistair. So it's like, well, you said everything.
Yeah. So
I have that, but I have a slash because I don't know if you guys want to count that, if we're going to count it or not. So I go back to the other one, kind of the slash that I think probably does count.
What's going on, Adam? I'm going to give Adam Kunos a shout out. What's going on, brother? Appreciate you coming on tonight.
Cena's return at the 26th WrestleMania.
Yeah, that's a
2016.
good one.
It was awesome.
That's a good one.
He had been out. He had been hurt. No one thought he was going to be there. He didn't really technically wrestle, know, but like that music hit, and it's iconic for me in my head because largest WrestleMania ever, right? And he hadn't been around, and when that hit and he came out, I just remember him saying to the camera, he was like, "Wouldn't be WrestleMania without me."
Yeah,
it was just like, that's right,
it's
right.
I saw a video. I don't remember where it was. It might have been YouTube. I don't know, Twitter, something. I saw it on. The Rock was on. Oh shit, I don't remember it. A talk show, one of the late night shows. This is recent.
Mm-hmm.
Well, pre-COVID, recent when you were actually allowed to go to fucking TV shows. He and I didn't expect this, but he said that him and John Cena are really, really close friends.
Dude, they were not.
He said it too on that show. They legitimately did not like each other at all.
Well, let's never forget Cena totally called him out for having the promo written on his wrist.
That was
in that build-up. It was great.
But
I mean, Cena has had a lot of really good returns.
Mm-hmm.
The go-to is, I mean, there's always a go-to one, which is the Rumble. But I want to be different, man. Yeah. Obviously, by the Roddy Piper selection.
You're talking about the Rumble like 2008 when he had surgery.
Yeah, when he was not expected back for like 7 months.
He was supposed to be out for like 9 to 12 months, and he came back in like 2.
In like a legit match
in the Royal Rumble. He's number 30. Yeah. That was freaking insane, dude. Okay. So my numero tres. Daniel Bryan, returning in 2018. So I put that in there because it was fucking emotional, because he wasn't supposed to ever wrestle again, or he didn't think he was. He worked hard to, there was endless counts of tests that happened to him. And if anybody that watches professional wrestling knows that he eats, lives, and breathes professional wrestling. He was an indie guy for 15 years before he even was a thought of wrestler.
Mm-hmm.
Worked his ass off, got hurt, had to retire, which he did. And I remember watching this live that night and him coming out. And I think something had leaked. I think me and you talked about this, 3 years ago, that something had leaked that he was going to be able to, come back into the ring.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm not mistaken, it was like something with the Miz. Wasn't there a feud with
Well,
the
he
Miz
had that.
back
He
then?
had that massive promo, like the best probably potential shoot promo of all time, which was on Talking Smack, where the Miz basically said, "If you want it so bad, go back to the bingo halls. If WWE won't clear you, go find someone who will."
Yeah,
it was great. I still don't know if it was a shoot. It popped because they didn't like each other.
No, they did not like each other at all.
So it's possible that I think it was half shoot, but man, it was great.
That right there was a highlight for me in wrestling, because I'm a huge Daniel Bryan fan, just because he's not the typical guy, right? In wrestling, he's little, he's not freaking jacked. He's a little guy. He's technical as hell. Some people have called him out for not being safe, like Seth Rollins. I don't see that, but I mean,
of all people to call him out, let's be honest.
Yeah.
Seth Rollins almost until recently ended Sting's ring career, and he shelved Finn Balor.
Yeah,
and I love Seth Rollins.
Nobody's more dangerous than your favorite Nia Jax. So we can't go one show without mentioning her name, just for you,
Jax
brother.
of Nia.
But anyway, it was just a great
face crusher.
That was a great night for me. I was happy for him because obviously beating whatever it was, neck problems, wasn't it? I think he have something with
concussions.
Okay.
Literally, you can find videos. The scariest thing in the world is you can find videos of him getting slammed on the mat outside the ring near the very end, and literally having a seizure. Well, you can see him having like a petite mall, but you can see him having a seizure outside from the head trauma. It's one of the most frightening things.
Yeah,
like I'm still shocked that he's wrestling. He did take the diving headbutt out, which was good. He doesn't do that anymore. I mean, everyone knows. So we're not going to go. I'm not going to go down too much of a rabbit hole. But like with the diving headbutt, like everyone know, like everyone knows. 3 of the most prominent people to do the diving headbutt, 2 of them are dead. Right?
Yeah.
It's the Dynamite Kid and it's Chris Benoit.
Chris Benoit.
They don't talk about me ever, Benoit.
Yeah. Well,
it's a great reason.
All right. So we're going to get to number 2 and number 1, and somehow we picked the same damn thing.
Well, let's wait. Why don't we? Okay, really quickly. I'm going to ask again, y'all. Justin, I know you're in here. Matt Daddy, if you're still in here, I'm looking for Supersonic. I don't know where you're at, but we want your guys' list too, because we want to debate with you guys. We want to see other things.
Yeah.
Okay. So please, Brandon, if you're still on here, drop it in. Blake, I don't care. Blake, drop it in. Mac Jones can't make the list, but that's okay.
Hey.
Don't
talk shit about
Mac Jones is our thing.
Okay, Carson Wentz. All right. Let's get to our number 2. Then let's see whoever throws some comments in.
Well, here's a question. Do you want to go number 2 and 1, or do you want to go ahead and break and do the honorable mentions?
We can do honorable mentions.
Let's go some honorable mentions. Ones that were just outside.
We have yours and mine. We have one that's the same. I changed mine last minute.
Well, I don't have it. Oh, yeah, you do.
Yeah, you do.
All right, so honorable mentions. So these are ones that I like, that we both liked, but didn't quite make it to number in the top 5 for us.
Mm-hmm.
So here's the deal, y'all. First and foremost, I'm gonna pop this up, okay? So I'm gonna go with Roman Reigns coming back from leukemia in 2019. Love him, hate him, despise him when he was a babyface. When he made the announcement that he had leukemia, and he came out and he said his real name,
Mm-hmm.
and Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose, John Moxley came down in tears,
Yeah,
to hug him, and they did the shield. They did the fist. It was one of the most emotional things that you could see because it was legitimate. It was real. He had leukemia. He had beaten it once, but you didn't know what was going to happen.
I'm not gonna lie. I totally teared up that night. 100%.
Well, I mean, you don't know. You don't know how these things are going to go.
No, you don't know. And this guy lived with that, and they portray people on.
Hey, really quickly,
Yeah,
shout out to that's my co-host Zach. What up, big guy?
What's up, Zach? You don't know what some of these people are going through in real life. It's a perfect example, Stephen, is Keith Lee. We didn't know what the hell was going on with Keith Lee.
We suspected. I think we talked on here. We always felt something was off.
Right, but
dude almost died.
The dude could have died. So you just never know. It was a feel-good moment with him.
Mm-hmm.
We'll put mine up, but I'll just say it right now. That's one of mine as well. So
it was great.
You could have probably put that in a top 5. It wasn't even a top 5 moment like back in wrestling right away. I mean, he did come back pretty quick, but it was I
mean, even down to like it's a ribbon. Like they changed his logo. It was like, and I know that's we're gonna sell merchandise, all that stuff, right? Mm-hmm. But him coming out and like his parent, I believe his mother was at ringside.
Yep.
When he came back. Yep. And he just, and I think you're right. I think he didn't fight a match. He didn't go in a match, but I think he came out and I believe he delivered a Superman punch that night to somebody, but I don't remember who. He does that quite a bit.
He's pretty good at that. He's pretty good at
dropping
Superman.
Well, tell you what's better, so the Superman punch or the orange punch?
Well, you're going to say the orange punch because he's your favorite.
He's my favorite, but it's not better because he's not that big.
It's more dominating coming from Roman Reigns.
A very large man.
And but I mean, he's freaking huge now, by the way.
He is.
And speaking of huge, I'm going to go off on a rabbit hole real quick.
Do it, dude. That's the purpose of these shows now.
Have you seen the size of Braun Strowman lately?
I have. Keep talking, and the world will as well.
So I'm thumbing through Twitterverse. Just I'm on the Turnbuckle Times Twitter page, scrolling through, and Adam Scherr comes up, aka Braun Strowman, and a picture of him pops up, and I'm looking at it, and I'm like, "Is this really him?" I think you're finding the picture, but he's standing there. It's like he's at the gym and he's taking a selfie. Bald-headed still, obviously he's got that beard.
I'm looking for it. Keep going.
But this guy looked massive. I mean, shredded. Not if you could find a picture of him when he was in the Wyatt family, and I mean, mind you, that guy is a large human being as it is. But the picture I saw, if Steven can hurry up and find it, was it blew my mind. Like he is so large. I also heard a rumor that Impact really wants him. And yeah, there it is. Holy shit, dude. Like honestly, the man is huge now.
Oh, like, what are you talking about, dude? Those are toothpicks for arms.
Oh yeah, okay. His freaking arms are the size of his arms are the size of my thighs.
Dude, they're the size of my body.
Dude, I mean, he's He's going to end up somewhere.
I don't, we debated when he got released would he wrestle again, period. And everything I've heard him say points to he's not only is he going to wrestle, he is going to be making an announcement like right at freaking day 91.
How close is that, by the way?
Oh, dude, he put what? Okay, let me do this. What is? Remind me. What is his real name?
Adam Scher.
Okay, let me look this real quick.
Why doesn't our WrestleTician Justin, if he's still on here, look that up for us? But Steven's already Googling. Steven is already Googling.
Googly goo.
While you do that, did you talk about your Ultimate Warrior?
No, you ruined it.
Honorable mention.
Okay, so here's the deal, you guys. I mean, you caught me as I'm trying to look this up too. Because the reason I'm trying to think is he put something out with like the countdown, the day countdown.
Oh yeah.
For it, where he basically said like this many days, big announcement coming, and I just can't remember what it is.
Got to be getting close, right?
I feel like it's like 19. Like the vast majority of those ones were going to be the beginning of September.
Speaking of vast one, what about Ruby Riott?
Hers is supposed to be in September. Okay. She's supposedly, they have that released video, that promo of her for AEW, and everyone assumes it's AEW because she's already signed.
I think I think that's going to be a great landing spot.
Well, she's like running through the train station, and they focus in on her ticket, and it says Orlando, which is, Thunderdome, essentially, and it says New York City, Grand Central Station, which is Arthur Ashe. But the deal with that is they said that's like a week or so before her non-compete is up. So there's a potential for, I don't know what's going to happen. I think it's a huge get for them. It's a massive get.
Talk about your Ultimate Warrior.
Heck yes, dude. I will gladly talk about my Ultimate Warrior. So here's my other honorable mention, you guys, because I'm nostalgic. Ultimate Warrior. I don't care who you are. I don't care if you watch WWE or WCW. Now, when you're older, you look and you're like, he was a horrible one. He was kind of a horrible person, but he was a horrible wrestler. Like he wasn't that good. But as a kid, you can't tell me that just all of it, that you didn't love the Ultimate Warrior. So the fact that when he showed up, in WCW, walking through the mist down the ramp at Nitro to confront Hulk, and Hulk's face when he saw him was amazing to me. Now, scrap the storyline, the match, all of that, it all sucked from that point on. It was all downhill. I mean, it was all downhill at that point. But the debut, to have him walk out, for me as a kid growing up, he's one of my favorite wrestlers of all time from being when I was little.
Yep.
Him showing up in my favorite promotion on my show that I loved to confront the guy who I absolutely hated was goosebump worthy for me. Yeah. So yes, it gets an honorable mention.
Okay. You ready for mine?
Do it, dude. You do it, because while you do that, I'm going to be listening, but I'm going to be finding this fucking Braun Strowman tweet.
So, as I said, I had Roman Reigns coming back from leukemia. We've already kind of touched on that. So, my other honorable mention was the Hardy Boys WrestleMania 33 return. So, they had a ladder match for the WWE Tag Team titles. And if I'm not mistaken, somebody can correct me if I'm wrong, I think that was the opening match of the night, if I'm not mistaken. But you had, God, I can't remember who was in there. But the New Day were the host of WrestleMania that year. They come out, did their little spiel, right? And then that damn music hit. The Hardy Boys music hit, and that place erupted, dude. Like, cameras were shaking. That was a huge crowd too. I think it was like 70,000 people there that night. The entrance ramp, hell, it took them like 45 seconds to get to the ring because the ramp was so long. And the reason I put that as an honorable mention, one, because they haven't. I don't even remember how long it had been since they've been in WWE, but that night they ended up winning. They actually put the belts on them, and I do you remember watching? Did you ever watch the behind the scenes on that?
How they snuck them in?
Yeah,
I did. Yeah, I remember them seeing.
So
it was a huge deal.
But they snuck them in, but they were by themselves. So, I mean, obviously, the other wrestlers had to know this, right? Like they knew that those guys were coming. But
yeah, but when you think about where was WrestleMania was in Orlando, I think that year, wasn't it?
I think it was.
And so it's an outdoor stadium. They had to get them into the concourse and all of that without being seen. That's probably more why the reason.
Yeah, it's funny. Well, I'll talk about this when we get closer, but them kind of sneaking them in there was pretty cool too. But I just thought I'd put them in there. You can go a ton of different ways on these top 5 returns. I mean, if you Google it, it's everywhere, and there's different ones. There's different ones. Okay, there it was. Thank you, Justin. It was in the middle of the show. It was a 4 corners ladder match.
Can I say one thing about it?
Yeah.
I loved the debut because I love Jeff Hardy. I used to play with Jeff Hardy all the time, like on
video games,
SmackDown games and stuff like that. Yeah. There's no cooler move in my opinion than the
Swanton bomb
off the top of a ladder, off the top of a cell, off the jumbotron, off a scaffold. There's no cooler move.
Quick question,
in my humble opinion.
Quick question,
but
Jeff Hardy, biggest daredevil in WWE.
He's in WWE history, absolutely. I think close second, Shane McMahon.
Mm-hmm.
Close second. But
guy that hasn't been in WWE for too long, but it should have died 8 times.
Yeah, and everyone knows there was a heavy debate between me and Adam on if he was going to make this list from where he left and came back, and he had been gone for like 10 years.
Yep.
But
so
the only thing I was going to say about that is the only issue I had. I did. But I want to say this: the only issue I had with that match per se was at that point I wanted Enzo and Big Cass to win. It was their time, in my opinion.
What do we got over here? A
couple of haters.
And then Enzo ended up
iconic lines. I think he's wrestling again. Here it is. Here's the tweet from Braun Strowman. This was on August 16th. For those who aren't watching on YouTube, August 16th, Braun Strowman tweeted out 14 days. I am inevitable.
Okay, so
I think he's 4 days
1st. Out. He's 4 days out.
Well, so another tweet I found that I'm not going to pop up was a bunch. They showed like a lot of them that were going to be coming out of their non-compete clauses, and they all end September 1st, and All Out is September 5th.
Oh God!
So I was wrong on the Ruby Riott part. Justin, I see you dropping comments, man. I want your top 5. Don't play with me.
Justin, WrestleTician, top 5 returns. Put them in the comments.
Okay. You want to go top 2?
Yeah.
Wait. Before we do that, okay.
What are you doing?
I'm looking for something.
Real quick, while you're looking at something, real quick. We got a couple left here. Shout out to all you guys that have joined tonight, watched tonight. Shout out to everybody that's listening on Apple, Spotify, wherever you guys get your podcast. We 100% appreciate everything that you guys have done for our show and continue to do for our show. Remember, this is the thing too. We are going to start putting out short little 10 Turnbuckle Times 10 count videos, which we try to keep to 10 minutes. I have yet to record one that is 10 minutes.
I came close on Dynamite. I was like 12.
I came close on one. I think I was 12 as well. But continue to check those out. Like I said, we changed the format of the show to kind of be a little more listener active for you guys, because when we record, nobody wants to hear about SmackDown from a week ago. We kind of started thinking about that, and we switched our time because we were going when Dynamite was on. And
made a couple of tweaks. I got what I was going to say now too.
But we appreciate all you guys and all the support. So right now, if you're watching live on YouTube and you haven't done it yet, smash the damn subscribe button.
What did I said it in my video. Hit it as hard as Orange Cassidy hit Matt Hardy yesterday with a crossbody, and pretty sure he broke his nose. Okay, I've got it.
What do you have? I don't even know what the hell you're talking about right now.
I got it.
What are you doing?
There it is. Okay, shout out to our sponsor, One Call Technology, you guys. One Call Technology is a leading telecommunications. You can see the lovely website that we were in with. You can see,
go to that about us tab and show the pictures of me and you.
Oh no. Oh yes. There you got our lovely About Us tab. You can call us if you need anything. 585-8850. Let's pull this up. You got our lovely About Us tab. You can see all of our lovely faces of who works there. There we are. There's an old one. There's Adam looking like Ben Roethlisberger back in the day.
Look at my hair, bro.
Look at the hair. That's our motley crew over at One Call Technology. Our chief executive advisor, my father, Kevin Burton, great man. My brother, Josh Burton, who is currently held up with all his children. Adam Raymer with his hair looking like 2011 Ben Roethlisberger.
Don't make us post the picture.
There's our man George. There's me looking like a happy walrus.
and Chuckster.
There's our boy Chuck, who, when he's not dressed that way, wears a tinfoil hat. So
hey, don't make me get on your phone, pull the video up of the luscious locks.
Oh, I could find that. But huge shout out to our sponsor, obviously, One Call Technology. Okay, so let's do this, dude. Let's go top two. Let's do
it. Justin threw his top 5 in, so we'll get to that when we're done.
Love it, Justin. Love it.
Appreciate you,
Dom. I know it's tough, man. I believe in you. I
totally believe in you. All right, you ready? Top 2. I'm not even
you want to go? I mean, let's just
put it up. Ready and boom. Oh, I clicked it and you clicked it at the same time.
Boom. Suspense. Oh, shocker. Edge's return at the 2020 Royal Rumble.
Dude, I went ape shit crazy when that happened.
There's no words for it because it's like 9 years.
Yeah.
Right? 9 years.
9 years.
And in a day and age where
times.
Yeah. In a day and age where you know everything, no one knew this.
Zero.
Nobody. No one had any clue this was happening. My favorite thing is going back and you can watch his 24. Yes. And they started filming it as like a montage of like how he's doing after wrestling.
Yep.
And in the middle of it, he started to get cleared and it transformed into his return. So like you see Beth Phoenix's tears as he's coming out there. Just the coolest thing ever too. Like I'm getting goosebumps talking about it. I really am. It's kind of crazy. Is one of the coolest things with it that I liked was when they interviewed Christian and he said he had buddies sending him videos of bars who had gotten together and just going ape shit for when that music hit and he came out. Because dude wasn't supposed to ever wrestle. You can find a video of one of his last spears prior to this that he hit and he immediately grabbed the back of his neck because he went like numb in his hands. So dude was never supposed to be in the ring again. And not only is he back, he's probably more shredded and a little bit more yoked than he's ever been. I don't know if he's got a steroid cocktail or not, but he looks good and he's amazing. I'm so glad he's back.
And the way he's been used has been great since he's been back too. I'll tell you why I say that is Edge is phenomenal at putting people over. Not that he had to put the people that he's wrestled over. I mean, he wrestled Randy Orton. You know, they had that feud. He wrestled Reigns. He's wrestled Rollins. But all those guys are 10 or 15 years younger than that man. By the way, mind you, Edge is like 47 years old, and he looks that he is in phenomenal shape. That match at SummerSlam was like 30-something minutes long. You know what I mean? And it did, dude. I got goosebumps. Yeah, I didn't even say much about
I want to
it,
try something,
but I got goosebumps on that because I didn't. Nobody expected that.
Mm-hmm.
It was probably the best kept secret in freaking wrestling history, dude.
So I want to try something, Adam. I want to try something because we're not monetized. We may get slapped with a copyright thing, but I just want to try and see if this is going to work.
Oh God, is he gonna play the video? I don't hear anything. I hear no music. Do you hear music?
Oh yes, I hear the music.
I
No one
don't
else
hear
hears the music.
No, because it's
think
going
you
through your
know me?
freaking. It's going through your freaking headphones, bro.
Bro,
That's why.
Well, okay, it didn't work. It didn't work. I wanted to
didn't
try. It
work.
didn't work. It would have
Didn't
been
work.
awesome. It would have. I mean, just yeah. I mean, you know, it's a big return when you get the goosebumps just talking about it. And hey, shout out to my brother and his kids. Who this is around the time that they got back into wrestling. I remember them being at my house, rewatching old stuff on WWE Network before I went to Peacock.
Mhm.
If you're over in the UK, Peacock is what took its place. You still have the WWE Network, but watching that and pulling it up and explaining to like my nephews, hey, this is what it is. Like 9 years, neck injury, he's back. Like that's why people are going crazy. And I feel like I could say that's kind of the start of when they started watching wrestling again and really, really got into it. I mean, the tough part is like his character. Everyone forgets the Rated R Superstar was a dick, but you can't not like Edge.
Yeah, I'm glad he came back as a face.
Yeah,
I'm glad that he came back as a face, and he's been a face the entire time since he's been back. So, and mind you, he's probably besides Randy Orton for me, and I think you could throw AJ Styles in there too. And Seth Rollins. There's more people than I thought, but that can play a heel and a face both perfectly.
Both.
I had to throw that in there for you.
Little both.
All right, you ready?
You want to go number one?
We'll go number one, then we'll hit Justin's up, and if anybody else throws some comments in. Number one, guys, it's not even freaking close. It's not even freaking close. And everybody knew it was happening. Me and Steven, we both were like texting each other. It's like, oh my God, it actually freaking happened. Holy shit, it's happened. When the music hit, have you ever heard a pop that loud? Ever?
No. You couldn't hear the music.
Yes, you can say
you couldn't hear his music.
You can say Stone Cold had pops. You can say Becky Lynch has had pop. Becky Lynch's pop at SummerSlam was pretty fucking amazing. But it failed in comparison to this. This man has been gone 7 years from wrestling. He actually considered it 2005 when he stopped wrestling because of the shot at WWE. It was. If I was there, I probably would have shit on myself.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it was.
Well, I mean,
it was the worst kept secret, but the best thing ever.
Yes.
I mean, here's the deal. Like a lot of people ask this question. I remember I was talking to my kid who she's actually asleep, so she's not photobombing tonight. She was tired, and I was trying to explain it to her. So she's a huge YouTube fan. Like she loves YouTubers. She's a huge fan of the Norris Nuts. Shout out to the Norris Nuts. You have like 5 million subscribers. You ever want to give us a rub? I'll take it. But so I'm explaining to her, I go, so let's say one day the Norris Nuts decide they're not going to be making any more YouTube videos. 7 years later, you start to hear rumblings. They might do one on like Saturday night.
Mm-hmm.
So you tune in and they do. And it's the first time they've ever done it in 7 years. And she's like, oh, I'd be so excited. I'm like, that's literally what this is. Like, this is a guy who retired from wrestling because the passion, and he said it, the passion was beat out of him at WWE. And I don't think anybody ever thought he'd step foot in the ring again. I don't think he did for a while. You know, I don't think he thought he'd be in the ring.
I mean, the man had his freaking neck is fused together.
I mean,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's like you didn't see it. And then part of it too is there's something about CM Punk that everybody feels, straight edged.
Mm-hmm.
Not that big.
Mm-hmm.
Not probably the most athletic.
But you know why he's here now though? Well, I mean, he wanted to come back and it was the right time, it was the right situation.
Mm-hmm.
He
Probably
is
the right. I mean, let's be honest too. Though, like he said, I'm
he's-
back for me too. It's probably the right amount of money too.
He's going to have some money. What I love that I feel this way. I just feel that this is what's going to happen. He is there to help put over talent.
Oh, they said. You remember I told you they said don't get it twisted. What were his first words of his first promo ever?
Oh, it's about Britt Baker.
You really know how to make a kid feel like Britt Baker in Pittsburgh.
Yeah, exactly.
And then even on his first promo in Dynamite, he's like, I'm excited about the young talent. Jungle Boy. You know, he started naming all of the Page, all these young talents.
And of course, his first match is going to be in Chicago against Darby Allin.
Which, here's a question, fun question.
Yeah.
And I'll drop it out there for you guys too. Does he win or does he lose? There's no way on God's green earth you can have him lose his first match back in 7 years. Am I right?
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, you can't have him. I mean,
yeah.
I could delve in. We did a reaction video, and here's the other part too. This is how big this is. Okay, we've been picking up a little bit more steam. That's our largest video, hands down, we've ever done. The reaction to him, and I mean, you can just go through all these different things. Like I love him coming out. I love him hugging people. I love the part. One of my favorite parts. I have two favorite parts in it. One of them is when he turns and he's like, "I'm coming." No, I'm jumping, and he jumped into the crowd.
Suicide dive into the crowd.
And he disappeared. And if you listen to it too, what JR said when it happened, like is stuck in my head too, which is like the hometown hero has come home.
Yeah, he said it was Jordan-esque.
Well,
Jim Ross said he's never felt the building shake like that.
No, and just like when he made the jump, JR was like, the hometown hero has come home after 7 years. Yeah. And when he did it, he just enveloped. And then my other favorite part, obviously, I love the part where they start chanting CM Punk, CM Punk. And he acknowledged, he goes, I heard you. Chicago. And he started pointing to people in the crowd. I heard you for the last 7 years. I heard you for the last 7 years. I heard it.
Yeah. It was.
Were you shocked there was no Punk chance at SummerSlam? Or do you think there was and they just muted him out?
Why would there have been that when he debuted before SummerSlam?
Why would there have been a chance at SummerSlam?
Yeah.
Because people love CM Punk. There's chance at every single show WWE does for CM Punk. For the last 7 years, they've chanted his name.
Well, they knew he wasn't coming.
It would, here, my belief, I believe there was, and they probably muted it because have you heard the story about them making the dude take down the Bray Wyatt sign?
Yeah. Oh, speaking of that, I saw an interesting little short video on YouTube, real quick. So I'm watching this, and CM Punk came out on Rampage, the first night, and he had his black shoes on, right? Mm-hmm. On the sole, the white part of his sole on his shoe, he had the initials AC written on them. Adam Cole. Okay.
Do you think that's what it is?
I'm just saying something. Stick with me for just a second.
Hey, you keep talking. I'm gonna go get my tinfoil to put my hat on.
Second, he comes out on Dynamite. Red shoes. Okay, red shoes. Written on the white on the sole of his shoe is BW.
Are you fucking kidding me right now?
No, I'm not. I found this. It's a YouTube guy. I put this. So the guy put a picture up of Adam Cole and Bray Wyatt. Don't know how much truth there is to that, but
dude, I'm looking it up right now.
It was definitely on there.
Because if I can find it, I'm popping this up.
Dom threw a comment, and I was more surprised that nobody chanted "We want Wyatt." That is a true statement.
You are so right, dude.
Am I not so right?
Here for the visual.
Go ahead and share that.
For those who are sharing with us on YouTube, and if you're not, you need to get on it. There it is. Yeah. That's his debut. That's his sneakers. You see them? AC. Over here in the corner, you see this? BW. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Because let's not forget, too, he totally acknowledged on Dynamite, he totally acknowledged Brian Danielson.
Yeah.
When they started chanting, yes, 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 and he goes, that's someone else's shtick. You just need to be a little bit more patient.
Yeah.
I mean, oh, man.
Dom throws another comment in here. If Nick Khan says WWE isn't a wrestling company, is that really a shot from Punk?
So here's a question. Legitimately.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go down a rabbit hole for a second with this.
Okay.
What does WWE stand for?
Walk with Elias.
Not anymore. You burn that shit.
No, I'm just kidding.
What does it stand for?
World Wrestling Entertainment.
Mm-hmm. So entertainment. And I think that's why Punk said what he said. Yeah. It was entertainment. He didn't view it as professional wrestling anymore.
And AEW stands, what's AEW?
All Elite Wrestling. There is no entertainment in that word.
Exactly.
That's highly entertaining. Okay, let's get to the couple of guys who dropped in their
Justin threw in a couple of things here. So I'm going to throw Justin's honorable mentions up first. He had Hardy Boys WrestleMania 33. Love it. That was one of mine. NWO WrestleMania 31.
Pretty good.
Was this when Sting wrestled Triple H?
I think so.
If that's that, man, and Hogan and Nash and Scott Hall came out. But
shout out sober Scott Hall.
Yeah. And if I'm not mistaken, didn't Shawn Michaels come in and super kick Sting?
He came in dressed in jeans and cowboy boots and something that looked like it was from Adam Raymer's closet from cleaning the yard on a Saturday morning.
Yeah, but he was wearing he wasn't wearing cowboy boots. He was wearing like mucks like I got, eh?
Yeah, tall boots. And he kicked him right in the face, yeah.
Okay, that's a good one. Kane 2002. Holy moly, you're gonna have to refresh me on that one.
I'm gonna have to look, Justin. You're gonna have to refresh our memories on Kane 2002. Is that maskless Kane?
I love this one though. Any Undertaker return.
Did you know the one that sticks out in my head is him returning after Randy Orton burned him in the casket, and he punches that door open.
Yeah. Didn't he return as American Badass?
Not yet. That came later.
No, I'm just saying. Was that when he started that American Badass character? Was that a return? Like he come back as that? Like
I think so. I think so. So I just looked it up. It looks like the Kane 2002 is just him. I think he had been off for a little bit and came back. Okay. He still had the mask.
Gotcha. Okay.
Brock Lesnar, 2021. The look is what gets me. He looks just.
Oh,
looks like he's.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Something else too. We put a poll out on Twitter. It had a ton of hits on it, about 400 votes, I think. And we put it up. Stephen put it up. Who had the greatest return of that week? And it was
it was a landslide.
It was CM Punk, Becky, and Brock. And it was like 78%. CM Punk, 10%, something like that on Becky, and 12%. I don't know. It was.
Really quickly, I saw that too. I found the video. Yeah, it's when basically he came out because the Un-Americans were trying to burn the flag.
Got you. I do remember that. Yep.
Yeah,
I remember that. Test.
Rest in peace.
Yeah. God rest his soul.
And then he also shows the entirety of DX was also at that.
The
NWO.
Yeah.
But yeah, Lesnar looked great.
All right,
let's go through your top 5, my man.
Okay, so his fifth one is Shane McMahon in 2016. If you remember, Stephen, when we talked today, I actually thought about putting that in there.
Well, yeah, I mean, he was away for. I mean, how long? 10 years, 10 plus years.
Oh, dude, I don't know. I don't even.
I mean, he was away for a long time.
That is a great one, and not to mention some of the matches he had after that, freaking insane.
I mean, dude is pretty good.
Number 4,
you know what I mean?
Brock Lesnar in 2012, same one as me when he that was obviously when he returned after being gone for 8 years. Number 3, Cena Money in the Bank 2021. Wow.
Hey, really quickly, it was 7 years that Shane McMahon was gone.
Mm-hmm.
And let's clarify too, this is 7 years where it's not like, so CM Punk had been out, like people knew where he was.
Yeah.
Edge had been on TV. Shane McMahon dropped off the face of the planet. So that is a great one because he was doing like all his business stuff.
What we got? Number 3 is Cena Money in
Cena.
2020. I mean, you can't go wrong with that one. Steven didn't have that in his.
I did not. I had to dude. There's like 4 Cena ones that you can pick from. Okay, I went with one of them. You went with the other. We left one out.
Edge Royal Rumble is his second, and Daniel Bryan in 18. See, there's no wrong answer here. Obviously, this is all just freaking opinions. But
Well, the only wrong answer would be if you said British Bulldogs return.
The Mountie. That Daniel Bryan one, man, it really stuck. I don't know. And even the Roman Reigns one, because of the story of, you know what I mean?
Well, and it's not a story. It's legitimate.
It's real life, dude. It's
real life. I mean, that's the Edge thing for me. That's Edge for me.
Yes.
I think CM Punk, the reason Punk is number 1 for me, though, across the board, is Punk is like the everyman. Like, it is. He's just... It's something about him. And let's not get this twisted either. You pointed to the shoes, right? Mm-hmm. Let's also not forget that he does nothing nothing he does is by accident. And he dropped his wife's name on Dynamite this time.
Hey,
and didn't use AJ Lee, used her real name.
Did you see her tweet?
What did she say?
She put a picture of that where he was like, it was just his face at the camera. It wasn't the video, but her tweet literally said, "Well, didn't think my government name was going to be called out tonight."
I mean, she could. Who knows?
Beautiful, by the way.
I've said it. I said it on the 10 count that I like. Nothing is by accident. I feel like with AEW. Miro dropped the luscious Lana. Yeah. Dropped her name too.
Speaking of the 10 counts,
10.
I give it a 10. We're in a dilemma on our 10 count for Friday nights.
Because there are 2 shows.
There are 2 shows.
And it's hard for us to get together sometimes.
Yeah. And I don't want to combine
too long.
And I don't want to. So I think what we're going to do is I'm going to drop the SmackDown 10 count as close to right after the show as I can. And then Steven will pop out the Rampage 10 count next morning or afternoon.
Yeah, it'll drop Saturday morning.
Yeah. So, man, this was really fun tonight.
Yeah, we were excited.
We're over an hour. We appreciate everybody that came in here, dropped comments. Justin, we appreciate you dropping your top 5. We will put a tweet out probably every Monday on what we're going to be doing for the show each week. We might even put some options in there for you guys to.
We might do a poll.
Yeah, we might.
This one was easy for us because of all the massive returns.
Thank you, Mother, for loving our podcast as usual.
Miss Raymer, I'm sorry. He told me to take it off of Facebook last week. We missed you.
She was sick. She had COVID last week, so she wasn't watching anyway.
She's doing better.
She is doing better.
Oh,
God dang it. We were getting ready to get
Dom.
out here.
We were winding it down, and Dom drops it in. Let's go over Dom's top 5. We promised we would. Taker's return to WrestleMania as the Dead Man with Paul Bearer. Fantastic. Like is that the Druids one? Where he comes out with the hat?
That might
and
be
it's
it.
He's fighting. I believe he's fighting Kane, maskless Kane. Shane in 2016, great. Eric,
wow, that's a good one, dude.
Eric Young returns at Slammiversary and wins the Impact title in 2020. We have dropped an Impact reference. Holy shit!
That is.
Dom, if you're not subscribed, please God subscribe.
Yes.
Holy God, that's amazing. Number 2, Hardy's at WrestleMania. Yeah. Number 1, Punk and AEW.
Dude, the Eric Young just took me by surprise there.
That's fantastic.
That is fantastic.
That is so great.
I love it. We don't watch a lot of Impact, so
it streams on Twitch. It's
mind you, the only way I can watch Impact is because of Twitch. I don't get the channel that it comes on. TV.
I do. Access TV.
Yeah,
the issue is I record it, and it records like 17 episodes at once.
What did I say on that? Didn't I pull that Impact
up? You pulled it up on Twitch, and it was showing. I know AJ Styles was fighting, and I think a very young
It was AJ Styles, Bully Ray.
Oh, no, it's important to point out it was AJ Styles with a bowl cut. It was not. It was not otherwise. Oh, so now you come back with the seven. I think he's just doing it because he wants to drop Seventh Man Lounge. What up, Blake?
Dom said yes after Kane buried the American Badass at the previous pay-per-view. He said, "Of course, I'm subscribed." We
love it.
Yeah.
Oh, so we're getting people. Hey, Vinny, man, love me some Vinny. Vinny, really quickly, I've not told you enough. I've tried to tell you oftenly. For those who like fantasy football, go check out Fantasy Football Revamped. Yeah. Vinny's doing a fantastic job. I'm very proud of you, man.
Yeah, Vinny, you are doing an excellent job. I'm going to shout out Blake real quick and the Seventh Man Lounge. If you guys are a Nashville he just put
watching on all three platforms.
Thanks for the viewership.
Well done, Blake. Just for that, I'll pull for Mac Jones one time.
Yeah. Blake's got a great hockey podcast. If you were a Nashville Predators fan, he has got an awesome podcast called the Seventh Man Lounge podcast. You need to go check that out. And then also me and Blake have our own show, Bama Lounge. It's all about Alabama football. Roll damn Tide. Steven, shout out yours.
Well, really quickly before I shout out mine, shout out to Blake. For those who will listen to it, me and Blake have a friendly Twitter rivalry when it comes to the NFL. So deep down inside, Blake loves me, and I love him too. It's great stuff. It's great. So obviously, you guys know too. No Horsing Around podcast, Colts podcast. Huge shout out, my boy Zach, my other best friend Zach. I'm lucky enough to get to do 2 different podcasts with my 2 best friends, one being Adam and one being Zach. Why are you looking at me big? I said other.
It's not allowed.
Okay. Well, we're lucky enough to do one about the Indianapolis Colts, which is my team, and lucky enough to have over 300 subscribers on that one, and we're all for it. So go check that one out if you like that too. Go check out the Lounge Room Network, you guys. A lot of great content, everything from Packers to Brewers to Bears to Bama to
fantasy
football.
I mean,
to everything Seahawks, Mariners,
Washington football team, and Washington sports in general. I mean, we got.
If you got something, we can find it. So go check it out.
Yeah, but all right, brother. Let's end this. We're an hour and 7 in. We appreciate everybody. Please smash the subscribe, like buttons. And we will see you guys. Well, you will see me and Steven on our Turnbuckle 10 count on Friday and Saturday. But live show next week, Thursday, same time, baby, 8 Central. See
Peace, y'all.